Yo, what's good everyone? This is Ayo Boxing from Madiba, and we're here to talk about why Jermall Charlo versus Jose Benavidez makes no sense. So I just watched a virtual press conference of Jermall Charlo and Jose Benavidez, and I was entertained. It was honestly good to see Charlo and Jose back. The press conference showed me how much I missed them as fighters and the fire that they bring. It also showed how inactivity is killing a lot of these guys' careers, which then has a negative impact on boxing. The middleweight division is a prime example of this, but both fighters did their jobs because now I'm looking forward to seeing them fight on November 25th. At first, I wasn't interested, but now I'm hyped to see this fight, so salute to both of them. But the biggest thing that stuck out to me was that this fight will not be a title fight. This is going to be a non-title fight at a catchweight of 163. Once I heard that fight essentially became pointless in my opinion, especially for Jose Benavidez. Jermall Charlo has not fought since the summer of 2021. He's basically held the middleweight WBC title for hostage for 2 years. In most cases, you would expect WBC to strip Charlo or put him as a champion in recess like what they did to Haney recently. However, Charlo held on to the belt without any ramifications. Since the champion was not fighting and no one could fight for the belt, this became one of the main reasons why the division became so stagnant. And when the champion finally returns to the ring after 2 years of inactivity, his first fight is not a title fight, the belt's not on the line, and this absolutely makes no sense to me. The reason stated in the article is that Jose is 1-1-1 in his last 3 fights, and is not ranked in the top 15 for WBC at middleweight. Another reason is that this is a catchweight fight at 163, therefore they can't compete for the title. And on a surface level, both these reasons sound logical, but when you look at the history of WBC, the reasonings in this situation are sketchy in my opinion. When did the WBC care about the records of the fighters to determine if a title fight is necessary? And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the WBC has sanctioned a title fight with someone outside the top 15 before. And the WBC has sanctioned title fights with catchweights in the past. Floyd vs. Canelo and Pacquiao vs. Margarito are prime examples of catchweight title fights involving the WBC. But those fights were catchweights under the weight class limit. Charlo vs. Jose is a catchweight above the weight class limit, so maybe that's why the title fight was not sanctioned. Regardless, it sucks for Jose because there's no real reward. If Jose beats Charlo, then he accomplishes nothing because he wouldn't be the new and official WBC champion. Fans would say otherwise, but the belt would still remain with Charlo. But I doubt that happens. I think Charlo's too big and powerful for Jose, and I can see Charlo stopping Jose in this fight. Because of this, Charlo should have petitioned to have his belt on the line anyways. It would count as a title defense and bring more stakes to the fight, therefore making the fight a bit more intense and interesting. Despite this not being a title fight, this will put Charlo back on the boxing spotlight. Since so many fans have been awaiting his return to the ring, this can be a perfect tune-up and stepping stone to other big fights and opportunities in and around his weight class. Carlos Adames, Jaime Munguia, Janabek, Chris Eubank Jr., the winner of the main event, and most importantly, Caleb Plant. All of those are good fights and interesting fights at 160 or 168. I believe that Charlo can be the one to revive the middleweight division next year, but who knows, this is boxing, anything can happen. But thank you for tuning in with Ayo Boxing from Madiba. Hit like, subscribe, and more content's coming your way.